Hi everyone. So I hope that you can hear me okay. Let me know if there are any sound issues. Thank you, Christy. I am so excited to be turning 30. It honestly feels like a fresh start. I look back at my 20s and all the things which happened over those 10 years, and I'm just like looking forwards to just kind of like having a fresh start with like more wisdom, hopefully, more experience, and just like an idea of kind of what I want to do. I feel like I entered my 20s with such a clear plan of how my life was going to go. None of that, none of that happened. The relationship I was in, I ended. Like just I got a degree in mathematics. Obviously, didn't end. I do tarot now, so didn't end up doing anything with that. So yeah, I just feel like going into this next decade, I know who I am, kind of. I know like what I want to do. So yeah, it's exciting. So, what we're going to do today is I am live on TikTok and on YouTube, and we're going to do like a general reading, see what messages come through, and then we will do some free questions at the end. So, stick around if you have a question, but let's see what we need to hear today. I'm just going to get stuck in. Okay. So I can like straight away I can hear like a buzzing in my ear, and I can tell that spirit's trying to get a message through, but we're not necessarily open to receiving that message right now. So I think it would be a really good idea to find some time to just sit quietly and reflect on that and see if anything does come through to you. You may have been getting like a bit of a ringing in your ear as well. Maybe you've been feeling kind of subtle signs and synchronicities around you, and you need to just pay attention to those because there absolutely is a message coming your way. So let's see what we need to hear today. We're going to get some oracle cards and we're going to get some tarot. Okay, so recently I feel like you've been spending a lot of time on your own to try to figure out who you are. This could have been like not intentional as well. Maybe you didn't want to spend so much time on your own, but you have had to embrace a lot of solitude recently. Maybe even over the last kind of few months, or it could even be like year or so. And in this time of solitude, you have really redefined yourself. But now you are ready to come out of this. I feel like this Mercury retrograde is going to be like almost like a final chance for you to really reevaluate, maybe reevaluate your goals, reevaluate what you want from life. This is a time where you can now figure out like what your identity is, what you want to do, who you are becoming as well. Don't worry if you don't feel like you've got all the answers right now. All you need to do is have a deeper connection with yourself so that you can navigate this next chapter. Yeah, we have the Valley of Shadows. So this is interesting. This is where we have been. We have all been in this Valley of Shadows. We have all been feeling isolated, and we've had a lot of maybe like triggers and struggles. Perhaps there's been like one particular challenge which kept coming up for you. So whether that's around love and relationships, or whether it's around kind of abundance, like money, finances. Maybe this is about you feeling secure in some aspect of your life, and that's like a shadow that you've had to navigate. And this has definitely been going on for like this year, 2025. I feel we have all been in this valley of shadows, and it's not necessarily been like super heavy all the time, but we've definitely, had to face some of those fears, some of the darkness. But the good news is we are coming out of that. There is a path out of this valley of shadows now. Yes, we have the Empress. The Empress, she is fertile. She is connected to Mother Earth. She's in her divine feminine energy. So this is really confirming that not only are we coming out of the valley of shadows, we are rising up into our true power. We are stepping into a new version of self, which is totally aligned with the highest path that we could possibly be on. But Empress, whatever you set the intention to create right now, it is so fertile. Thank you so much, Betsy. I did not expect that. Happy birthday for tomorrow as well, Shell. Um, oh, I feel really emotional now. um, so yeah, we are rising up into our power. The Empress is about embracing confidence. I feel like we have so much clarity on where we want to go, what we want to do. The Empress, she is the energy of abundance. So I really do feel that blessings are coming in, and we're going to receive rewards. We're going to start to see opportunities coming our way. You have such a strong connection with the moon as well, and the moon cycles, and that's something to really embrace right now. Is to maybe work with the moon a little bit more closely. I feel that would help you kind of just work with the cycles and navigate through whatever challenges you may be facing. So I want to see, what are we attracting right now? What good things are going to come? Again, thank you again, Betsy. That is so generous. So let's see. Six of Cups. Okay, so I'm not surprised here. I am not surprised. We are entering Mercury retrograde. Things from our past are going to come back, and this could be past relationships, but this could also be like past patterns. It could be thoughts about your past. So this Six of Cups is saying that we are maybe feeling a little bit nostalgic, and what we are attracting right now is something from the past coming back for us to revisit. And this does not have to be like a negative thing. This could be incredibly positive. This could be an old friend who reaches out who you can reconnect with. So be very open-minded about this. The Six of Cups in this deck to me is always a really beautiful card. This is not kind of like longing for what was. This is just about taking some time to just revisit the past and doing so to explore some beautiful memories. So something from the past is coming back. Why? Why is this returning to us? Five of Cups. This is important. It's important that we face something from our past so that we can move on from this, so that we can maybe make a decision. The Five of Cups, there's something here that has been weighing a little bit heavy on us. The Five of Cups, there's something here which has been an emotional challenge. And this could be something that you've been working through for quite a while, but it does seem here like we are revisiting this so that we can kind of move on from it, so that we can decide, what are we leaving behind, what are we letting go of, what are we moving forwards with. And some things come back because we're meant to reconnect with them. It's not always just about releasing. The Hermit. Yeah, I really do get the sense that a lot of us have been embracing some solitude and isolation recently. The Hermit, it's been coming through a lot, especially in like readings with clients, and I feel a lot of us have been going through this time of like just reconnecting with ourselves, and maybe a little bit of like a spiritual awakening, or trying to find answers, trying to gain clarity about what we want in our lives. So if you have been feeling a little bit hermit-like, it's okay. I feel like you're going to have your answers very soon. I think there's something from your past which is going to come back, and it's going to give you the clarity and the confirmation that you need so that you can move forwards with this. So you absolutely are rising up into your power, and I feel like you're doing so because you have the answers you need. That's like a missing piece. I feel like you've been waiting for an answer about something or from someone, and that missing piece is coming your way very soon, and it's going to help you really rise up. Page of Pentacles. There's a new beginning here with this Page of Pentacles. This is something that we are creating. There's an opportunity with this page. I feel like we are stepping into a new chapter of abundance, but we are also reconnecting with some of our dreams, maybe exploring some new dreams. That Page of Pentacles tells me that we are at a time where we can manifest anything. The Page of Pentacles, this is a card of manifestation. It's important now to set your intentions. What do you want? And I think sometimes we don't know what we want and we get frustrated that we don't feel there's positive changes like coming our way. So the message today is figure out what it actually is that you want right now. Where do you want to go? Who do you want to be? What do you want to do? What are your goals right now? Because when we can get a little bit clearer on what they are, we can start to plant the necessary seeds. How can you plant a beautiful garden if you don't know what plants you want to grow? So I think that's something that we need to think about during Mercury retrograde. And there's no rush for this. There's absolutely no rush. You know, take your time figuring this out. The last thing you want to do is start planting loads of seeds of intention that are actually not things that you really connect with. It's just like a fleeting desire. So I think try to just sit with it for a little bit and figure out, okay, is this something that I really want? Am I still going to want this in 6 months' time? Or is it just something I want now? That's like an important thing to like distinguish between. We have the Four of Swords, so take time out. This Mercury retrograde is going to be a time of rest and recovery. So don't overdo it. Don't start doing too much. You know, it seems like you really need to slow down right now and like protect yourself, take care of yourself. You know, you can see here that she's put herself in a nest. You know, she is resting and she is rejuvenating, and that's something that we all need to prioritize right now. I feel like we need to almost not necessarily put our feelings to one side, but we need to make sure that our feelings are overwhelming us, I suppose. We need to make sure that we have this kind of emotional balance so that we can really reflect on things from like a balanced perspective. Thank you, Eric. I will definitely take that advice on board. Okay, let's see. Ace of Swords. Sometimes when we allow ourselves to rest, we have the most incredible ideas. Sometimes we need to switch off so that we can just make the right space to experience mental breakthroughs. And I mean, how many times are you lying in bed at night and you have an amazing idea? It happens to me frequently, so I'm sure it happens to you guys as well. But this is about, you know, switching off and taking time out. And as you rest and recover, more ideas will flow. More beginnings will start to appear. More breakthroughs can be had. I do also get the sense that for some of you, you know, there's important conversations coming up. So we're going to look into that a little bit more closely. We're going to see if there's anything significant happening in love and relationships, especially during this Mercury retrograde. Thank you, Brenda. So, love and relationships. Let's see. Page of Wands. There's definitely something quite passionate taking place. I feel like you are actually in quite an independent space during Mercury retrograde. You're not overly focused on relationships, whether that's romantic or even friendship. It doesn't really matter. It seems like you are kind of enjoying using this Mercury retrograde for self-development, for reconnecting with like your creative passions and like finding your inspiration again. You may notice that other people are becoming quite competitive during Mercury retrograde. So maybe in the workplace, you're noticing a little bit of tension and you're like distancing yourself from that, working on your own projects, which is amazing. If this is like a romantic connection, maybe you can just feel that someone is a little bit agitated. So you're giving them that space to kind of navigate their own issues before you try to talk about it. Yeah, my throat chakra's gone so tight. So I do feel that someone here may want to speak but is struggling to find the right words. And there is possibility here for like conversations to be a little bit unclear or miscommunicated if we're not careful. But that's like every Mercury retrograde. So I feel like if we do need to speak to someone, it's important that we kind of have a clear idea of what we want to say, and just be prepared for like however they may respond. So, love and connections, what do we have? Yeah, King of Cups. So there's someone here who does feel very deeply, but this person is choosing to kind of step back and do a little bit of internal work right now. With this King of Cups, this is not someone who is outwardly showing affection. I feel like this is someone who is trying to sit with their feelings and figure things out. So if you don't see a lot of action taking place over the next few weeks, that's totally fine. We have to allow space for other people to navigate their emotions. And with this King of Cups, I feel like if we can give this person some space to figure things out, they are going to come out of this time with a lot of clarity and like the willingness to act on their feelings. So it's important to allow the space. Kind of just let this person do their thing at the moment, and I think you'll hear from them relatively soon. So let's see. Yeah, 3 of Wands. It's interesting. I really do feel like we are all on our own journeys over the next 3 weeks, and it doesn't sound like a long time. It really doesn't, and it won't be. It won't feel like a long time, but I just get the sense that the next couple of weeks we all just have to focus on ourselves. And even if you want to improve a relationship, even if you want to, you know, maybe you want to meet someone new, or whether you want to reconnect with someone or improve a current relationship, I just don't think this Mercury retrograde is going to be the time to do that. I think this is much more about us investing in our own journeys and trusting that when we focus on ourselves and our growth and our development, naturally aligned connections start to form. So I think we just need to have a couple of weeks of almost switching off from wondering about another person or wondering what's happening in love, and just really enjoy where we are at individually right now. So let's get one more card and then we will do some personal questions. Yeah, we have the World. So Spirit is really saying, look, everything's working out. Everything here is going to be a success. So there could be a relationship which does come full circle during Mercury retrograde, but this is really about you celebrating yourself, you know, kind of ending a bit of a personal chapter. So something that you've been going through, you know, can you complete that? Can you, I don't know, like reach the end of a certain journey, or, you know, finish a goal during this time? I feel like it's a really good opportunity to do so. But the World tells us that we are attracting what we deserve. We are attracting something really amazing, and we need to give it that space. We need to just kind of step into the highest version of ourselves, really own our power, and trust that that is magnetic. That is going to attract what we are meant to experience. So thank you for the birthday messages so far, guys. I really appreciate it. Let me know if you have any personal questions, and I will do as many as I possibly can. So fire away. Okay, first one, Christy. Spirit-led message. Absolutely. Justice, you're getting what you deserve. Christy, you've had a long time here of trying really hard to stay balanced and not understanding the truth of a situation, or not having a lot of clarity on what is expected from you next. But I feel like you are going to have a deeper awareness and understanding of that right now. So something which you truly deserve, which is absolutely aligned with where you're at in your life right now, that is going to come your way. I feel like you are being like much more authentic, and you really understand yourself on a deeper level, and as a result, you know, you're attracting, like I said, like what you deserve. And this is about surrendering your expectations and just being open to receive whatever that may be, because sometimes Spirit knows best. So I feel like this is about almost relaxing a little bit and just letting life unfold. So I hope that makes sense. Rachel, let's see. Okay, is he thinking about you? Oh, cards are flying out. So, yes, Sun, the Hierophant, he is thinking about you. He's thinking about how he could maybe reach out, how he could reconnect. he seems to be missing the fun that the two of you had and missing the depth of that spiritual connection. So he's in a place right now where he maybe feels like the only way for him to improve things or for him to climb these steps to greater happiness and abundance is to reconnect with you. So he's having very, very positive thoughts about you at the moment, and it seems like this is kind of pushing him to reach out. So it's very likely that, you know, he's kind of missing the good times, and that's like adding fuel to the fire, you know, for him to send a message. So Lisa, let's see, does Richard know the energy goes both ways? Ace of Wands. He seems like he's aware of this, but that Ace of Wands, this is all about potential and beginnings, and like the opportunity is there and he knows the opportunity is there, but he almost like doesn't know what to do with it. He's afraid that if he touches the fire, he's going to get burned. He doesn't know how to create what he wants with it. So he's in a place right now where like he is having lots of ideas. He is much more aware of the connection, much more aware of like how this can work. But he also wants to figure out how to do the right thing here so that he doesn't end up like making a mistake or taking the wrong step. So it just seems like he's being quite cautious with his approach right now because he is trying to protect himself from getting hurt. So Brenda, guidance that comes free for you during this summer. Same card, Ace of Wands. Let's put that back in, see if it reappears. So this summer is definitely going to be a time for you reconnecting with your passions. King of Cups. The guidance for you here is to stay calm and collected. I feel like you need to really connect with what's in your heart space, and that's going to help you decide what journeys you want to take over summer and over the rest of this year as well. Honestly, this is just a time to like relax and chill out. I don't feel like there's all that much that you need to do. It's more about like allowing yourself to dream and getting creative and having fun with things. But like this summer just feels like a bit of a holiday for you. It really just feels like you're meant to be enjoying it. You're not meant to be working too hard or taking things too seriously. So you know, try not to overthink things. Try to just relax and surrender expectations and just see what does happen over summer. So, Yesenia, spirit-led message. So, let's see. I'm feeling like a tightness in my chest here, Yesenia. And I feel there's a lot here that needs to be released, and it's going to come through during Mercury retrograde. So anything from the past which has hurt, which you've still been kind of navigating and healing, you know, this is going to be the time to do it. We have the Six of Swords, so things are going to improve. Things are definitely going to get better, but you do need to kind of figure out what's restricting you. I just feel like you're ready to be free. You're ready to explore. You're ready to move from these stormy seas towards much calmer ones, but you need to like figure out what those restrictions are. And I think it's going to be quite easy to do, to be honest. I don't feel like this is like major shadow work or anything. I just feel that there's some things which are still holding you back a little bit, and it's time to cut the cords to those so that you can move past it and truly get out of this kind of like in-between phase and, you know, move towards where you want to be, what your goals are. So, Betsy, you are next. So any message that wants to come through. So let's see what wants to come through for Betsy. Don't know why I can see you stood at your kitchen counter, and I feel cooking is going to be very healing for you. I just feel recipes and doing things in the kitchen. So what's going to come free for Betsy here? Let's see. Queen of Cups. This makes sense. So this is about you reconnecting with that feminine energy within. The Queen of Cups is really guiding you to kind of nurture yourself, take care of your own needs, like do things which just help you feel connected to your feminine energy. There could have been a lot of healing there around like a mother wound as well. So this is about like taking care of yourself, mothering yourself, you know, doing things which feel kind of creative and that you feel are soul led right now. So whatever you kind of feel guided towards, really important that you listen to that and you act on it, because it could be your inner child guiding you to do something, it could be your higher self, but just really paying attention to, you know, to kind of your gut feeling. It's really important right now. The Nine of Swords is coming out as well. If I can pick it up. So we've got the Nine of Swords, and the Seven of Cups. So Betsy, there's something here. I feel like you've been overthinking things quite a lot, and this is why you need to let go and you need to just reconnect with that feminine energy, because the feminine energy is all about being receptive and being open. And I feel like you've been trying to like either control things too much, or you've been holding on so tightly, and Spirit is saying what's best for you right now is just to let go, to really release that tight control, you know, and kind of enjoy creating things, enjoy the relationship with yourself. And the more that you make that a priority, I just feel the easier this is going to be to navigate, and like the sooner things are going to move. July just feels like for you this is a time of lots of things to do, lots of things going on mentally, but you know, it's you're going to move past this. Like, I feel like as soon as July is over, you're going to feel like mentally liberated and able to really explore what you want to do. So Nikki over on TikTok, anything S wants to say to you? So let's see. Ten of Cups. Okay, so S absolutely wants to say that he is appreciating this relationship right now, and he is thinking about a future. He's thinking about long term, what's the next step. So he seems to have a much clearer idea of what he wants from this connection, and that Ten of Cups, like, he wants something more committed, more solid. I feel like his whole mindset has shifted recently. I don't know what's happened to do this, but it seems he's much more aware of what's going to make him emotionally fulfilled and what he wants from life long term. So he wants you to know that he is prioritizing this relationship, and I think that's going to become quite apparent over the next few months, is that he's going to start to put the effort in to you know, to show you that. So back on YouTube. Andrita. Okay, so what's this new moon in Leo going to bring to you? Okay, so this new moon in Leo, we have the Hierophant. This is going to be a time for you to really connect with like your spiritual path. I feel like you are going to just want to like return to a place of harmony and peace, and like it's like you're stripping life back and you are just going back to like the core. You know, I get the sense that all you want to do is have fun. The new moon in Leo is about you enjoying yourself again, and yeah, returning to simpler times. So not focusing on like material world or like big responsibilities, but just like focusing on laughter, on fun, on community. I think the new moon in Leo is really going to highlight what's actually important to you, and what are just like responsibilities that you feel obliged to take on because that's what others expect of you, or that's what society expects. I think you're kind of reevaluating life with this new moon in Leo, and reevaluating where you want to prioritize your energy. Vic, is Harren thinking about you? Oh, yes. You saw that come flying out. Six of Cups. Yes, absolutely. He's feeling very nostalgic about this right now, and it seems like he's revisiting a lot of the past memories that the two of you have shared, and he's just like in this kind of daydream land where I just get the sense that there's deep nostalgia hitting him, but also this desire to just reconcile and reconnect. He is absolutely thinking about you, and it seems like he's also thinking about his future and where he wants to go, you know, what he wants next. You know, he's kind of maybe reevaluating life a little bit. He's in this very deep reflective energy, and right now I just see this bubble around him, so he doesn't really want to act on it, but it won't be long before he does. I get the sense that the next kind of 2 weeks or so, he's going to spend a lot of time thinking about the connection, thinking about the past. And then once those 2 weeks is up, it's very likely that, you know, you will hear from him. Okay, Helga, what's coming towards you in love? So let's see, Helga, what is coming towards you in love? Patience, lovely. You've got to be patient with this. I feel like what's brewing behind the scenes right now is meant to take you by surprise a little bit, and you are being guided to keep being patient, as frustrating as that may be, because what's coming next, you know, it's going to be a big shift. Right now I can see that you are feeling quite bored and discontent. You're not happy with how things are going, and I'm not going to lie to you, I do feel that over the next few weeks and months there's going to be some offers which, I don't know, you're just not like totally content with. I think you're going to start to attract more attention, and there's going to be offers and opportunities there romantically, but you're kind of thinking, is this it? You know, I wanted more. So to be honest, it seems like the next few months is about almost just kind of readjusting your expectations around love a little bit and being open to receiving. And also, like, if you do notice there's a few offers coming your way that you're not really interested in, just like say thank you and move on. You know, it feels like, don't dwell on it. Don't focus on like, oh, I keep getting all of this and I don't want these. You know, just kind of thank you, but it's not for me. I want something else. But there's definitely going to be options coming to you romantically, lovely. Like, you're going to have more possibilities than you realise. So yeah, just got to be patient with it, and it will work out. So, Nusha, anything you need to hear? And then I'll do Caroline, and then I will leave it there. My throat is going really sore. So, Nusha, anything that you need to know? Let's see. 7 of Wands. Okay, let your guard down, lovely. You don't realize what you are pushing away energetically because you are trying so hard to protect yourself. And I get it. I totally get it. It seems like because you have been hurt and because things haven't necessarily gone to plan, you're just trying to like look after your energy. You're trying to like protect your, you know, like your mental health, protect your heart. But it seems like you've put this really protective energy around you, and it is just like repelling things a little bit. So I think the guidance here is like, just let your guard down a little bit so that you can see what does come your way. And by all means, if something does come your way and it's not for you, just say no. But you don't need to constantly be in like this defensive space to protect yourself. You can trust in your ability to like speak up for yourself and assert your needs, so that, you know, in the moment you can be very, very clear with communication. But yeah, I don't know, it's almost like just don't be so defensive. Okay, Caroline, what's coming through for you this summer? Let's have a look. Ace of Pentacles. So you are going to have new beginnings this summer. I feel like this summer is more about you focusing on your career, focusing on any ideas you have around like ways that you want to make money, ways that you want to invest your money. This summer really is a time for you to look at your finances, look at your material world, look at your relationship with money, with abundance. You know, do you feel truly deserving of amazing things? And that's something to kind of work through over summer, because I just feel there's so many positive changes which are like here in like this potential space around you, but you just need to like step into your power and really be confident in your ability to create, be confident in your ability to like, you know, manifest financial rewards. And I think you're kind of being guided to take that next step with your career as well. And that does require leaving your comfort zone. There is a new chapter for you, work-wise and money-wise. So that's something to kind of figure out over this summer, so that come autumn, fall, you've got a clear direction that you want to move in. Okay, everyone, that's all I am going to do today. If I didn't get round to you, then come back next week and I will, hope I will do more of these. So hopefully you'll get a chance then. I also just want to quickly share my birthday offers. I've got some amazing offers on at the moment. So we have 30% off all my decks on Etsy. If you buy 2 decks, you also get a mystery deck thrown in for free. There's 20% off all my readings as well for the next 7 days. So if you do want to book a reading, if there's a reading you've had your eye on, this is the time to book it with 20% off. And I've also got a special birthday bundle, which is my creative shadow reading, spirit animal reading, and soul journey reading as a bundle. Should be £140 and it's £80. So check all of those out. I will see you guys on Instagram tomorrow with my daily message. But thank you so much for all your birthday wishes. I am beyond grateful, and I am just so happy that my 20s did lead me to this career change, and I am here with you guys now, because I'm so happy with like how life is, and just this next chapter I'm just really looking forward to. So thank you guys, and I will see you all tomorrow.